You got Joe Rogan, John Anik, and DC on the call tonight. Good squad to be calling the fights. I like DC. He gets excited. He adds like a good element to the fight commentary. But let me know who you guys got tonight. You guys got Pereira, Ankalaev, Gaethje, Fiziev. What's up, the Hunter? How are you today? Just getting up and running with some live streams. UFC 313. We got some good scraps tonight. It's a good Saturday. It's always a good Saturday when we got fights. I feel like Alex Pereira is getting into that zone where he's an event when he fights. I'm good. It's a fight day, so as long as there's fights on, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good place. I got my the heating pad for the bad back. I got some fights on the screen. I got my streams up and running. I'm banned on TikTok till 8:49, so at 9 o'clock ish, I'll go live on TikTok as well. Stand the Man MMA if you have a TikTok. And yeah, we're just going to be doing some fight commentary, watching the fights, having a good time. If you guys can, please throw me some likes on the live. Be sure to subscribe, follow me. I usually go live for fight nights, numbered events, do a little bit of commentary, a little play-by-play, talk to you guys. But that's how it is, the Hunter. It's a good day. It's a good Saturday. I was up late last night doing a live, talking about UFC 313, UFC 314, arguing with some trolls. That's one of my goals that I thought of now. I'm going to do the TFC, the Troll Fighting Championships, and when people want to come in lives and troll, we're going to set up some fights. I've been involved in a lot of combat sports events throughout my life, in the promoting aspect, the commentary aspect. So that's something I'm going to do. So I'm going to start checking trolls, and we're going to set up some trolls to get some fights. Yeah, just shoot your shot. There's so many girls out there, or men out there, so I think the best thing you could do for dating is just shoot your shot and don't be afraid to get shot down, and just go for it. And then remember, everybody needs love, as they said in the movie, next Friday, fat bitches need love too, so it doesn't matter what you look like, you'll find your hole to put it in, or your thing to insert. But yeah, just go for it. Just like Nike says, just go for it. That's the best dating advice I can give. You ever hear people say, no shame in my game? People worry too much about what other people say, what other people think. You got to just go for it. That's the best dating advice you can give to somebody. And don't let things weigh too heavy on you. Yes, just do it like Nike says. One more thing, my girl cheated on me. Fuck that bitch then. FTB. Fuck that bitch. That's unfortunate. I feel for you with that. As you get older in life, like I'm old now, everybody goes through it at some point. At one point, I had a long-distance relationship with a girlfriend, and she cheated on me one time. Bitch. I'm still friendly with her now, but it kind of ruins you going forward for other chicks. But it happens. The best thing you could do when you do get cheated on or you have a relationship fail is take a little bit of your time, reflect on it, but try not to dwell on it, and then move on. They're all not pieces of shit. What's up, Steeler Nation? Was hoping to see you tonight. Did like a 4 or 5 hour stream yesterday, depending on what your time zone is. Didn't want you to sleep in or something. I had a good sleep today. I woke up early. I was up late. I woke up early at like 12, and then I was exhausted. I was like, I got to go back to sleep. I threw in some hockey bets that didn't hit, unfortunately. But I got some other things going on, bet-wise. Alex Pereira wins via submission. I don't know about that. Thank you, liked. But yeah, don't dwell on when a girl cheats on you. Fuck that bitch. Same thing with a girl. If a guy cheats on you, fuck that guy. You got to just not dwell on it. And just know that they're a shitty person. You're not the shitty person. It was nothing about you. It was something about them. Yes, FTB. FTB all day. But yeah, Sterling Nation, we'll be live tonight for these fights. TikTok's letting me back on at 9 o'clock, so I'll jump on TikTok as well. I'm live on this Menace and the Man channel, the Stay in the Man channel, and good night of fights. They scrapped Gutierrez fight, which I was looking forward to, and they scrapped the Curtis Blades fight, which I was really looking forward to, but I got Alex 4th round TKO, Justin 3rd round brutal finish. I've seen a lot of people picking that late Alex finish. I could see that. I definitely think Alex is going to win, but it's one of those fights I wouldn't be surprised if Ankalaev pulls it out. When I was younger, I used to train, compete a little bit. A lot of injuries, though, took me out of the game. But I always stayed around the sport. I used to manage some of my friends. I was always into putting on events. I did a lot of stuff before COVID as far as promoting, and I used to color commentary at fights, things like that. But I trained most of my life. Was always around the sport. You know, if you will, my height, if you will, the best thing I accomplished was I was a sparring partner and a training partner for a lot of really good fighters, guys who fought in the UFC, things like that. That's what's up, Hunter. Adam, you're a loser. No lies spoken. We speak nothing but truth here. So you might be the troll, Adam. We were just talking about it. We're starting the Troll Fighting Championship. So people who, little cornballs who actually have the audacity to come on lives and troll and try to spit bullshit, we'll set you up a fight. So let me know your name, your location, and when I start this whole thing up, we'll get you out, and you might fight me, or you fight somebody, and we'll put your bitch ass to the test because we don't like trolls here. Yeah, you're a bullshit artist, Adam. Let me know where you live. Let me know height, weight, and we'll set you up a fight because you got a big mouth, it looks like. We like respectful people here at the Stay in the Man show. But yeah, the Hunter, you just got to train. That's all you got to do is just train a lot. I grew up in the sport. I boxed when I was a little kid. Kept that going into my elder years. I got into jiu-jitsu when I was like 13, MMA around that age. Found Muay Thai, kickboxing. I used to do Dutch kickboxing. Trained with a lot of really good guys. I spit no lies. I don't have untruthful bones in my body. The way the one guy was talking about relationships before too, that's always been my biggest problem with women too. I could have so much more notches on my belt, but I usually bicker with women because I can't stand bullshit. Women are untruthful for the most part. You know, they go out every day with all that makeup caked on their face. They're catfishing you from the jump. Nothing but truth here. That's all you'll get here at this channel. Nothing but truth. Straight truth. I was so happy with the quick replacement. Justin got to fight with Fiziev. And people forget, too, the first time they fought, that shit was fight of the night. That fight was a banger the first time they fought, so this one should be good. I feel, and even if you look at both of their records, nothing but performance bonuses for both guys. So I think maybe 1 or 2 fights each, they didn't get performance bonuses. So for the most part, whenever these guys fight, they're getting performance of the nights and fight of the nights and shit like that. But yeah, let us know where you're from, Adam. If you want to come in and troll, we'll set that shit up. That's what we're doing here in 2025. Troll Fighting Championships. If you're a cornball and you want to come on my lives, whether it be YouTube or TikTok and troll, we're going to set you up a fight. That's what we're doing here. So first fight of the night, we got Santos versus Marshall. Steeler Nation, am I coming in clear over here? Because I lowered my bit rate a little bit, so that way I have a little bit less problems. Yeah, the co-main event could be a banger. I hope that because the first fight was competitive, and then you worry about both guys coming off, what's his name is off 2 losses, Fiziev, and Gaethje's off a bad loss. They might fight a little tentative, but I feel like even if they do come out a little tentative, it's not going to last for long. Both guys don't have that style. Where do you live at, the Hunter? Where are you training at? How old are you? You know, I always tell younger people the number one thing is just keep showing up. That's it. Just keep training. Keep getting in rounds. Keep getting fucked up in practice. That's how you get better. Oh, you fight at your house? Even then, bro, I when I was younger, I used to go to the gyms and then I'd take it home with me. I had a bag in my basement. I used to have a speed bag in my basement growing up. Always just put work in. That's the number one thing you could do. I was big into weightlifting when I was younger, just always getting in workouts. And then I got to a point when I was a teenager, I started making all my friends train. And then I was telling this story last night. I always trained with older people. I was always the kid in a room with men. You know, I started training MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff in like 2001. So I was always a kid in a room with men. The first time I trained with people my age was when I got my friends to come to the gym. I was always training with older people, men that had trained for years and wrestled for years and were more developed. I was just this little punk kid. I was a big kid though. I was like always like 5'10" when I was in middle school, like 180 pounds, 190 pounds. And then I had a variety of training partners. I had small training partners, some big training partners. And then I told this story last night. We used to go some of my first sparring against people that didn't know anything or people that were on my level, if you will, when I first started training were we used to go to Home Depot and pick up day laborers and bring them to spar. So we used to put the Home Depot guys to work, but we'd go to Home Depot, pick them up in a van and be like, who knows how to fight? Who's coming to fight? And we'd get guys that are like, I'm down. Break them off a couple bucks. They'd come spar. My fighting days are over. I got lucky. I'm not getting into trouble bashing up dudes. Now living a good life at 21 with a good job. Yeah, if you get it figured out young, that's the game plan to life. It's never worth it getting into a fight. Like I tell this story every time I'm live. I try to talk everyone out of a fight. My street fights that I've been into, every one of them, I tried to cool it over beforehand. And you just get people that are just about that life that they're like, nope, we're fighting. We're fighting. And then it's like, all right, guess I got to fight this guy. But I have videos of fights that I've gotten into, street fights where people have taken video, and the start of the video is me telling the people I don't want to fight you. Like, please leave me alone. Like, you win, bro. You win. I'm a bitch. You're good. Whatever you want. And they'll just keep going and poking you until it's like, all right, now we got to fucking do this. You know, you get a lot of people in life with chips on their shoulders and shit to prove, and they just happen to run into the wrong person sometimes. You know, you find people who have trained and who actually know what they're doing usually aren't like that. Like, I'm not pushy at all. I've never been pushy. Unfortunately, like I used to talk about this a lot when I used to do the Menace and the Man show. I run into those people all the time. The people that think they know how to fight and are just pushy about it. And I wind up having to get into fights with them. But I always try to walk away. Sometimes it's just not possible. Oh, Francis Marshall just dropped Santos. Marshall's in on it. Santos in on a takedown, though. Man, so far, I thought the one Santos would win the first fight. He lost. I thought Marion Santos would win this fight. He's getting fucked up right now, so it's not looking good so far on my picks. But yeah, like I said, the Hunter, you just got to keep training. That's the trick to it all. Like when I used to be at my height of training, people would always ask me, like, how do you get good? How'd you get good? Just keep showing up. That's it. That's the only way to get better, is to just keep showing up. Everything is like that in life. As you get older, you realize experience is the key to everything. Nobody's going to just pick something up and be good at it. Anything. You got to do it more than once, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then that shit'll start clicking. Let me know, Adam. We'll set you up a fight. I can't wait to start this. I already know from the last few lives I've done that I'm going to build a database quick, and we'll get a bunch of people like you who probably bitch up and don't show up. Or just come online to talk shit. And those people, you got no respect for people like that. If you're going to be a troll and you're going to be a douchebag and your card gets pulled, you got to back it up. That's what we're doing here in 2025. That's what I plan on doing with my streaming channels and my fight going lives and my fight night lives and whatnot. Ooh, big left hook by Marshall. Dropped Santos. But we're holding trolls accountable in 2025. No more bitch made shit. Be a man. Back up what you say. That's life in 2025. We're not letting little bitches get away with their bullshit anymore. Ilya been hyping up his new opponent. Nobody knows yet. I think it's going to be Islam. Yeah, I'd imagine that's what they're going to do is Islam International Fight Week. The absolute worst is combat sports journalism today. And you see like all these like talking heads and people that make videos on TikTok and stuff, they lie and they put out fake news where they're like, the fight's been announced. It's speculated. It hasn't been announced yet. Like even people were saying Islam turned down Ilya. He's not like, and you just see so much shit like that. The fight hasn't been offered. Nothing like that. People just speculate too much and they post it as if it's fact, which fucking is really bothersome. But hopefully it's Ilya versus Islam. I don't think it's going to be Dustin. I really wish it would be Conor versus Dustin, but I don't think we ever see Conor again, or at least not anytime soon. Yeah, it's absolutely the worst thing. The worst guy is that guy Jesse on Fire, if you've ever seen him on YouTube. No idea how he has such a big following or how he blew up. He's fucking terrible. All he spreads are fucking lies. And he just hears something and kind of goes with it, and then he'll post videos like it's fucking true. I wish people would sue him for fucking spreading false information. But you see that goes right along the lines of trolling. You just get people who spread misinformation, spread lies, bullshit. What's up, AB? I am from New York. Where are you from? Plan on going back down south, though. Hopefully before the end of 2025. I'm not fit for the cold weather. I'm from Long Island originally. Now I live in upstate New York. But yeah, Marshall versus Santos looks like it's been a pretty good scrap so far. We got 250 left in the second round. I think Marshall won the first round. Everyone keeps telling me I got to go to Arizona. I hear Arizona's a dope place. Never been, but I hear I would like the weather. I hear the weather's good on your body. Everybody I meet and talk to from Arizona's cool. Home of Henry Cejudo, Dominic Cruz, Don Fry, Sean O'Malley. A lot of good people come from Arizona. Well, I know O'Malley's from Montana originally, but I currently live by Poughkeepsie, a little bit north of Poughkeepsie. In the sticks. I used to be city folk, suburb folk. Now I'm in the sticks. I got like 2 neighbors. Everywhere else is 20 minutes away. That's why, luckily, I know this night's supposed to be a little bit windy. I hope my internet stays strong. No fuck-ups. Man, Marshall's putting it on Santos so far. This is a surprising result in this fight, because I know Santos won the Ultimate Fighter 32, if I'm not mistaken. Good record. Yeah, Arizona's a nice place from what I've heard. Really good weather. Did you see that one old head that ran into John Jones at the airport and Tush pushed him from behind the old lady? Is that who you're talking about? The old lady? That John Jones was twerking on? I did see that video. I didn't see anybody push John Jones, but that's some crazy shit. I did see that one video actually, but I don't think that. I think that was that guy does that. Like that's that guy's social media thing. He walks like this and he bumps into people, so he probably cleared that with John Jones beforehand. And John Jones like looks over at the camera. That guy's a content creator. He clears that shit beforehand. I'd imagine. What do you mean by fight history? Love combat sports, if that's what you're talking about, the fight history of combat sports. So we got this first prelim or second prelim of the night. A couple fights got scrapped, but this fight's been a good fight so far. Seems like from what I'm seeing out the corner of my eyes, Marshall is winning this fight, pulling off the upset. Is that the video you're talking about, Steel Nation, where the guy does this? He does like some Jack Doherty shit and fucking bumps into people? Yeah, that guy's a content creator, I'm pretty sure. I forget the first people he did that with, where he did that shoulder thing and bumped into people, but he's done that a few times. I've seen a few videos of that. Could be just a troll, but I think his following, I think he has a pretty big following on, I think, TikTok or something. Yeah, I just grew up around the sport. I started boxing when I was a little kid, and then started training as a teenager. I've done a bunch of amateur fights, never fought pro, but trained. I was a sparring partner and training partner for a lot of really good UFC fighters back in the day. And just grew up around the sport, was always in the sport, around the sport. Like, for instance, my old jiu-jitsu coach and one of my old main training partners is now Bobby Green's jiu-jitsu coach. I have a lot of, like, you ever hear that Kevin Bacon reference? Like, the degrees of separation of Kevin Bacon? I have a lot of that going on in my life. I'm usually a name drop, or they've trained with somebody I've trained with, or something along those lines in the combat sports community. But yeah, just grew up in it, been around it a very long time. My cousin, I always tell it, but then I always wonder if I should tell it. My cousin is the UFC fighter who killed a lady in Mexico, Phil Baroni. He is a cousin on my mom's side. But I was even in the sport before that, and then just always grew up around it. I used to do a podcast with Dennis Bermudez, who was a UFC, like a 20-fight UFC veteran. I've never heard that before, but that's interesting that I have dead eyes. That's funny. You get them as you're older, I guess, and life sucks the joy out of you. But yeah, I think Santos needs a stoppage here in this third round. This will be another upset if this fight goes the way it's been going. Right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe Diaz was the underdog. Slight underdog for Diaz. We got Marshall is a moderate underdog at 220. Yeah, Bryce Mitchell was getting dogged at the press conference. I think we're going to that dog in him later tonight. No, he fights next month, Bryce Mitchell. He fights in, what are we, in March? He fights in April, Bryce Mitchell. Him versus Gene Silva is April. And I don't mind Bryce Mitchell. He said some stupid shit, but I'm not going to crucify the guy for it. People say stupid shit all the time. The guy he's fighting, Gene Silva, good fighter, exciting fighter, but he's cringy as fuck. Like, he seemed like such a goofball at that press conference. I was actually just, I'm not interested in that guy. He was barking and just trying to be funnier than he is, saying goofy shit. Mate, I'm truffle shuffling behind the sofa throwing air punches. That's what's up, Rugger. I don't know if you remember, Rugger, one of my favorite things is that old school Chuck Liddell. You ever see when Chuck Liddell used to watch the fights and he would do like this shit and like... I definitely don't agree with Bryce, but I think what he said was taken out of context. He's a fucking hillbilly, Bryce. Hillbillies are always less educated and they're always going to say stupid shit. Bryce Mitchell did one of my favorite things ever. I forget who he beat, but he just held up the Bible and was like, freedom! He's a fucking retarded hillbilly. I got no beef with Bryce Mitchell, though. I believe in freedom of speech. Say whatever you want to say. But yeah, Rugger, I get into that a lot, too. That old, no cocaine, though. I do that old school Chuck Liddell when I'm watching fights sometimes. But yeah, Rugger, tonight's that type of night, right? I was just thinking that before I went live. I feel like Alex Pereira is becoming that guy now. Well, Alex Pereira is kind of like a big deal. It's a really good fight night when Alex Pereira is fighting. Nothing he said was factual wrong. Who? Bryce Mitchell? I don't even know exactly what he said. I remember I watched the clip, but I didn't see anything even too controversial in what he said. I've seen people say way worse. For some reason, they just decided to drag Bryce Mitchell. They were booing him like crazy at the presser. I think a big part of it is because a Jewish man, Ari Emanuel, owns the UFC now, is why it became like a bigger thing than it was. Hey, I'm the biggest proponent of freedom of speech. Whatever you think and you want to believe, say it. I'm not going to watch your shit and like believe it. I'm just going to change the channel if I don't like it. That's why I never understand people that want to cause an uproar. Just change the fucking channel. That's it. Let people be themselves. You can be yourself. Nobody cares about your opinion. Just change the fucking channel. That's my stance on the Bryce Mitchell thing. If you don't like what he said, just change the fucking channel. I mean, I've heard people say that he said that. I've never heard him say that but I don't watch enough Bryce Mitchell shit that the earth is flat. But I remember seeing Crom Gracie said that too. I've seen a lot of people say that, but I don't know. I've seen more evidence that says it's not flat, but I've never gone too deep into it. And the most significant evidence I've seen that it's not flat is people go up in the hot air balloon and take videos or pictures, and you can see the curvature of the earth. But I don't know. I'm up for being shown the information. So if you think the earth is flat, show me your evidence and I'll take it into consideration. But everything we've been taught is that it's round. The globe, the fucking... They've been trying to instill in us that it's round since we were little. But who knows? So yeah, I think Marshall might have won that fight. Santos might have took that third round, but I think Marshall won those first 2 rounds. I don't know what you mean by 24-hour sun. That proves that the earth is not flat? Oh, look into 24-hour sun. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm always up for new information or new reads or learning more. I'm not going to crucify people for their beliefs or whatever stupid shit they say. I'll just change the channel if I don't agree with it or I don't want to hear it. I'm not for cancel culture. I think freedom of speech should exist and everyone should get to say and do whatever they want and just live their life. I'm still waiting to encounter a UFO. Everyone has seen one except for me. I've never seen a UFO. I think I might have, though. One night when I was in Florida, I have video of it, too, that I'll fucking post or I'll send you, Steeler Nation, where it was crazy fucking clouds. And it was like there's always storms in Florida, like thunderstorms and crazy crowd formations. But there was like a lightning storm going on, and in the lightning storm, the clouds were just too fucking crisp, with like a circle in them, and then it looked like there was like an alien spaceship in the clouds. Basically, did I completely clear see any type of foreign object or flying unidentified object? No. But it looked like something that I took my phone out and was like, what the fuck is that? It's either really crazy clouds or it's some crazy shit going on. Yeah, I love weird conspiracy theories. I'm a conspiracy theorist since I was a kid, but unfortunately, most of the conspiracy theories that I used to be obsessed with or look into when I was a little kid turned out to be true. Like the JFK assassination and 9/11, things like that. You know, I don't know how old you are, but like 9/11 was a big thing for me. Oh, we got a split decision. Oh, wow. They robbed Marshall. They gave it to Santos, but that helps my parlays, so I'm not mad at that. I'll take it. I feel bad for Marshall, though. That's the biggest problem when you see fighters kind of get robbed or bad decisions. These guys lose half their pay. So whatever their pay was, say these guys on the lower on the card, maybe 20 and 20, they lose 20 grand. Definitely don't think Myron Santos won this fight. But the judge, one of the judges, two of the judges, I guess, gave Santos the second round. No way a judge gave him the first round. I believe there's always been other form of life out there than us. We're nothing but a speck of dust. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know what to believe. But yeah, I believe in aliens. I think there's definitely something else out there. But I've yet to see with my own eyes the truth, if you will. Santos definitely had moments, but I don't know if he did enough to steal that fight. It depends on where you live too. So I'm in upstate New York now, and I hear a lot about alien UFOs and sightings and shit up here. I hear Arizona, there's a lot of sightings. New Mexico, there's a lot of sightings. Places like that. 21. I'm young, born in 2004, but I know my history and events from the past. Yeah, so I was in high school when 9/11 happened, so I became obsessed with 9/11. And then when I was a little kid, I became obsessed with the JFK assassination. So I've done a lot of research into that. I went to Dallas and went to the spot where they assassinated JFK, talked to people. I talked to this one guy, Robert Groden. Or no, Robert Groden was the guy's mentor, this guy, Marshall Evans, who's an expert on the JFK assassination. I really picked his brain, asked him a lot of questions and stuff, and he filled me in on a lot. And he was like what's the word? The technical advisor on the JFK movie, um, the LBJ movie, a couple of like big Hollywood movies. He was a technical advisor on, and he's basically a conspiracy theorist, if you will, or labeled a conspiracy theorist. But he's a guy who's done a lot of research on the JFK assassination. Definitely was a conspiracy. There was more than one bullet fired. There was like a crossfire, basically, of bullets hitting JFK or shooting at his car. Yeah, that was a bad decision, but I bet Santos. So sometimes oh, there's Bryce Mitchell. And they're booing him, man. What the fuck? Why are they going so hard on Bryce Mitchell? None of us were alive for whatever the fuck was going on with Hitler. Like, why are they all... They're crucifying Bryce Mitchell too much. And that's the thing, too. I doubt any of these people even really researched what he said or know too much about the whole situation. They're just going with the herd and being sheep. So this fight, too, I mean, if you love fighting, you watch everything. This is another one of those fights. It's kind of like the women's fight. You kind of like can zone out for this one. Alex Moreno versus Carlos Neal, or Carlos Leal is how they pronounce it. Carlos Leal. Oh, so that game ended. Man, though, hockey's not hitting today. I needed Sam Reinhart to get a goal. No goal from Sam Reinhart. No goal from Tage Thompson. Did they at least get their shots off? Nope. Tage Thompson, one shot. I mean, Sam Reinhart got 3, but I needed Tage Thompson. What do you guys think of that decision? Did anybody think Santos deserved that fight? I'm seeing a lot of people say robbery. But yeah, on to this next one. Morano versus Leo. Steeler Nation, who are you picking in Bahamondes versus Jalen Turner? I feel like that's the sleeper fight of this card. Should be a good one. Robbery at its finest. Yeah. I wasn't watching it too closely, but the side eye that I was giving it, every big moment seemed like it was Marshall's. Marshall comes from a good local gym, too, in New Jersey. Pellegrino MMA. Kurt Pellegrino. If you remember, if I'm not mistaken, it's Kurt Pellegrino. He might be the one that Nate Diaz triangled and then give the double fingers to. But on the regional scene, Kurt Pellegrino was a stud back in the day. And his team's usually good on the regional scene. He produces really good fighters. Turner, first round submission. I put my money on Bahamondes. I'm rooting for Bahamondes, but I did notice that usually Turner looks way bigger than his opponents. He's taller and lankier, but Bahamondes, they have like the same build. So that one should be a scrap. I think they're both 6'2 or 6'3 at 155, which is crazy. Two lanky lightweights. But yeah, this Morano Leo fight, little bit of a snoozer. I was saying on the uh, the breakdown and prediction video I did, the thing with Morano is he lost to Nico Price. So if you're losing to Nico Price, you're probably on your way out. Nico Price is tough and durable, but technically he's one of the worst fighters I think I've seen in recent memory. He's they're unorthodox, I guess you can say, but yeah, he's just, if you're losing to him, I don't think that you're still too game to beat really good guys. Leo, I think, is 0-1 in the UFC. Leal had a little successful run in the PFL, but the PFL is not the UFC. Turner, last first round submission was Brad Riddell in 2022. I haven't seen Brad Riddell in a minute, but he's tough, that dude. I know some of the people that he used to train with or still trains with, the Bangtao Muay Thai guys and the people in Thailand. Shout out to the Hickman brothers. Back when we were doing Menace and the Man, we interviewed them a few times. They were friends with Dennis. And then I bumped into Frank Hickman at a few of the events. Always very cool and cordial. So they train. Frank Hickman is how Wei Li's wrestling was so good against Tatiana. He trains with Volkanovski. He does some work with Izzy. He's done work with Wei Li. He's done work with Valentina. Dan Hooker. Fuzayev. They wind up getting their hands on a lot of really good fighters. Anyone who goes to Thailand, if you used to go to Tiger Muay Thai, they both used to be at Tiger Muay Thai. Then they left Tiger Muay Thai, opened up their own gym, Bang Tao. And I've always heard people sing their praises about their coaching. And then you've seen it. Their wrestling usually really improves. They're scrambling, they're scrapping. Like George Hickman's the MMA coach and came from a wrestling background. Frank Hickman's the wrestling coach. And you see that a lot of the times too, guys. It's not so much the credentials the guy had. I think Frank Hickman was like a national qualifier. Never was I don't know if he was an All-American, but never was a national champion like that. But it's just the coaching that they wind up getting so good with their coaching and the adjustments they can make from their experiences of competing. But yeah, if you're ever looking for a good place to train at in Thailand, definitely check out Bang Tao Muay Thai. Moreno, too, one of those guys. Never looks physically impressive, but he can scrap. He's getting up there in age now, though. He's got a lot of miles on him. That's why I think Leo was a very big favorite, but one of the livest dogs on this card I felt like was Morano, and he was a pretty big underdog. I could see Morano welcome to the UFC type fight for Leal. Minus 700, Leal finished that. I think that all the time. Who's going to be the next Dana? Who's going to be the next Bruce Buffer? Like they always say, it's going to be Hunter Campbell. I don't think Hunter Campbell could do it like that. And Bruce, I mean, he's out there somewhere. They just haven't gotten him yet. They have, what's the other guy's name? Martinez, for the old WEC guy. I think he wants to do it until the wheels fall off. And he's really healthy, Bruce Buffer. If you ever seen Bruce Buffer, he's jacked as fuck. He's on that TRT. He's been jacked for a minute. He trains. I don't know how old Bruce Buffer is, but he definitely keeps his shit together. Oh, these guys are scrapping. Dirty clinch fight so far. Oh, they rainbow wheeled me. It's crazy the story of Bruce Buffer, that him and Michael Buffer are brothers, is fucking insane to me. Whenever I hear that, or when I first found that out, I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. That they happened to both kind of find each other as adults. And Michael Buffer was already a ring announcer, and then Bruce Buffer like kind of started handling the business side of it and took what Michael Buffer was doing to the next level. Like, you're aware of that, right? Like, Bruce Buffer is the is the brains behind that operation. Like the let's get ready to rumble. Like that guy was doing it, and then when he linked up with his brother Bruce Buffer, that's when they took it to like the next level. Trademarked everything. Oh, Leo's fucking up Morano now. I feel like Leo, if there's going to be an issue for Leo in this fight, it's going to be his cardio, because Morano's usually game till the final bell. It's a crazy story, too. Like, I remember watching, I think UFC did like a fight lore on it and talked about how they became to know each other. They have, I think, the same dad, different moms, and they didn't grow up together. They found each other like when they were adults. Yeah, Robert Kennedy. He's on that Robert Kennedy diet, workout diet. Eating TRT with his cereal in the morning. If you ever seen Bruce Buffer, he's jacked. There's photos out there with Bruce Buffer with like young hoes. Adam, thanks for the bad luck. Is this that same Adam that was in my other chat? This goofball? Bro, I didn't give you bad luck. I could just tell by how you are in chats. You're just a bad luck person. And that's what your parents said when you were born. This kid's going to be bad luck. Oh, shit. Leo's about to knock Morano out. Again, Adam, we've already said it. Let us know your stats, where you're from, your height, your age, and we're going to set you up a fight. Trolls are being held accountable here in 2025. We're setting up the TFC, the Troll Fighting Championships. This bald dude is Brunson in that cage. Which, they're both bald. This is only Leo's, I think, second fight in the UFC. I think he lost his first fight. But he's looking good right now. But again, Morano just lost to Nico Price. So he's close to on his way out. Oh, he's in trouble here. Yeah, Keith Peterson was on that if he dies, he dies thing. Oh, here we go. Goofy Adam. Were you just in my other live, Adam? Being goofy in that one, so you decided to come over here. You're definitely that guy, because that other goofy Adam kept retracting his messages. Put your shit out there and stand on business. If you're going to be a troll, let's set it up. You're coming to be one of the first guys in the Troll Fighting Championships. We're going to set you up a match. You might fight me. So it'll be good. You will be held accountable and called out for your goofy trolling. 2025 is the year. Trolls are held accountable. Nice low blow knee, though. But yeah, Morano, those body shots got to him. Keith Peterson, it's other than that Dominic Cruz fight, which Cruz was in trouble. Maybe he stopped it a couple seconds early, but he usually lets fights go, Keith Peterson. So I've met Keith Peterson at a few wrestling events. His kids wrestle. And then after one of the PFLs, like he knew I used to do the podcast with Dennis Bermudez. After one of the PFLs, we both took the train ride because he's from Long Island. We both were on the same train home. And he kind of like saw me, nodded, like pointed, and then walked over and sat next to me on the train ride. And I had a train ride with Keith Peterson. And he's a good dude. He was like, what do you want me to do about the Dominic Cruz fight? Like, I gave the guy a chance. He was fucking rocked. Like, what am I supposed to do? Let the guy fucking die? And I was like, yeah, you probably should have. And he's like, oh, you too? Yeah, he was definitely rocked on his feet. Keith Peterson gave him a lot of chances, but I'd rather referees like that let the guys fight a little bit than are jumping in quick and trying to stop it. Oh, let me write another troll comment and then retract it. My name's Adam. My name's Adam, guys. I'm here to troll in these videos. My name's Adam. My name's Adam, guys. I'm a loser. I can't fight, but I'm going to come on and fight online because I'm a troll. I'm a keyboard warrior named Adam. Typical New Yorker. My name's Adam. My name's Adam, guys. It's me, Adam. I'm Adam, the troll, on this video. Again, Adam, let me know. Weight, height, where you're from. We'll bring you out to New York and set you up with a fight. Troll Fighting Championships going down in 2025. Trolls are held accountable here. Let's go. Put your shit out there, Adam. You want to be a goofball troll, let us know. And I got to remember, when I go live on TikTok, I got to clean my shit up. Because I get banned every week. I don't want to get no hate speech and bullshit this weekend. No, Herb Dean stopped. I've seen Herb Dean stop some fights early. Refereeing is not the easiest job. It's tough. There's a few. I would say I'm pretty sure Herb Dean was the referee during Dennis Bermudez versus Korean Zombie. Dennis Bermudez got flashed, and he jumped in a little quick. So if a guy jumps up and is rocked, and is like Justin Gaethje when he got stopped versus, was that Eddie Alvarez, and he's like, "Did you just stop that?" Like, "Oh, why'd you stop that?" Then all right, good stoppage. The fighter's a fighter. But if the fighter jumps up and's like, "Come on, bro, like, what are you doing?" Then it's a little bit different. Oh, now you're legally disabled, Adam. Then what are you on here trolling, bro? Life's already handed you enough lemons. Like, why are you coming on to be a negative person? You should be coming on and be positive, not being a little bitch. Then leave me alone. Get out of my live. You're coming in here trying to troll. Unreal that's what you're coming in. Now you're looking for pity. That's terrible, Adam. You should do better than that in life. But yeah, the Dennis Bermudez Korean Zombie fight. He got flashed. He got hurt, 100%, but stopped a little bit too early. And then there's definitely other examples of Herb Dean fights. He's had some good ones. Like one good one I remember is back in the day when Frank Mir broke Tim Sylvia's arm and Tim Sylvia didn't tap. He was able to be like, no, your arm's broken. Like Herb Dean's good. He's up there, but he's definitely made some mistakes I've seen. It's tough being a ref. It's definitely not easy. People think it's easier than it is, but what's this next fight? Let me see. The next one's a good one, I think. Where do I have that open? Nah, Bruno Ferreira versus Petrosian. This one should be a banger. This one should be good. Oh, this guy's shouting out International Women's Day. What are we doing here? Leo? International Women's Day. Where's International Man's Day? That's what I'm looking for. So we got Anik, Rogan, Cormier, Megan O'Leary, and the OG Dean Thomas. But yeah, Bruno Ferreira versus Petrosian. This has a lot of potential to be a very entertaining fight here. Man, that's fucking crazy, though. You see what fighting does sometimes. Like, Alex Pereira changed Khalil Rountree's face. He's got, like, a vicious scar here. That's what fighting does to you sometimes. It really fucking changes you. But yeah, this one should be good. Adam, you were a bitch and you retracted it before I could even read what you wrote. At this point, no one cares. You're the troll. We appreciate you for coming in and keeping the channel moving with your input, but you're the little bitch troll, the negative troll. Life already handed you enough lemons. You should be coming out and being positive. What do the women do but make men having to work harder and shortening their lives So all their money goes to women that never even wanted to marry. Yeah, pretty much. There's some good ones out there, but like when we started this chat, the first thing I had in this chat or over here on the Stand the Man MMA YouTube was a guy talking about how his girl just cheated on him. But men cheat too, so we're both guilty of it. I saw one study too that men usually, it was something crazy, like men usually fall in love with the woman that stresses them out. Women fall in love with the dopamine that a guy gives them by being in love with them, and men fall in love with the, not the dopamine, not the serotonin, something else that women give them that leads to stress, which I found rather interesting. I'm not alone, but I appreciate your concern. Yeah, the door definitely swings both ways. Good apples, good eggs on both sides, but then there's the shitty ones that kind of ruin it for everybody. The atoms of the world. But I gotta watch what I say too, because tonight, that's my goal tonight, is to not get banned. No bans tonight. No bans. Tired of getting banned. I am tired of getting banned. You know, I want to be active and be able to go live on the regular on TikTok, and all I do is get banned. Probably because you think Women's Day is a bad thing. No, I don't think it's a bad thing. All I said was where is men International Men's Day. Goofball. I never said that it was a bad thing. I said, oh, we have International Women's Day. Where is International Man's Day? Where does that indicate that I said it's a bad thing? You're just a goofy troll. You're like the Bryce Mitchell fans, trying to read more into something that I said. Or the Bryce Mitchell haters. That's you, Adam. You're just a negative person. And that's why life is the way it is for you. You're putting out too much negativity out there. Good old negative Adam. When Adam speaks, it's like womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Little bitch made Adam. Womp womp. Adam wanted to troll, and then when I said we're gonna get you a fight, Adam, he was like, I'm disabled. I'm disabled. I can't fight. Then what are you in here talking shit for? What are you in here talking shit for? You goofy bastard. Womp womp. Yeah, I saw that one clip. It made me laugh of Daniel Cormier. They were like, "What are you doing this weekend?" And he had on the little mask, and he was doing the uh bro. I'm telling you, I was thinking about it before the fight started, and I was like, "Man, is Alex Pereira that dude now? Like Alex Pereira has buzz around him. Alex Pereira is the fucking guy carrying the UFC right now. Like when there's an Alex Pereira fight, you know you're gonna tune in and watch two guys go to war. No bloody cocaine. I'm a drunk pro rugby player. Yeah, if you got no cocaine. So I'm about to go live on TikTok. I'm not allowed to say that word on TikTok. If you say that word on TikTok, you get banned. It's fucked up. They constantly be getting you. Constantly. It's actually terrible. TikTok. They censor you way too much, but it's one of the more active social media platforms, which is why I still try to use it, but I do hate it. I do be hating it. Yeah, Rugger. If that's what you got to do, bro, you got to go out and you got to find the plug and you got to get yourself some motherfucking cocaine. Get on that Chuck Liddell, Conor McGregor tip. Like those are some of my favorite videos too. Those old school Chuck Liddell videos when he's clearly high as fuck, and he's like I saw one meme where it showed it was what's his name, Tom Aspinall doing a live stream at the fights, and it said, "Wow, Chuck Liddell is fighting for his life" in the background, and you see Chuck Liddell like geeked out of his fucking mind, sitting behind Tom Aspinall. Rugger, 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 rugger. Just imagine that that's going on when you're just blowing lines. The crowd chanting your name. Rugger, 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 rugger. And then Conor McGregor's on your left shoulder going, yeah, mate, yeah, buddy. You remember Khabib saying out of all his fighters he's fought, Justin hit the hardest. I know for sure Conor sparked him a few times in that fight. Conor didn't catch him clean. Conor was hitting him, but Conor wasn't catching him clean. Gaethje caught him with a couple of clean shots. Arguably, Michael Johnson hit him with the cleanest shot. Michael Johnson made him do a little adjustment. Poirier caught him once or twice, too. I do have a PlayStation 5. I haven't played my PS5 in months, though. I've been slacking hard. That used to be a good mental break to just drop in on some Fortnite or some Call of Duty. I used to play the UFC game. I played some 2K. But yeah, I haven't played in months. Maybe pick it up tonight, but I haven't played in months. You know what, too, puts me off? Is I know when I do turn my PlayStation back on, I'm going to have like 2 hours of fucking updates, which is always the fucking worst. Nobody wants updates. Don't nobody want to deal with that shit. Yeah, UFC 5 is a banger. That's a good game. I used to play it religiously. Now I've definitely fallen off, though. Yes, good to have you here, Rugger. Go out and find that bag of cocaine. I'm rooting for you. I don't do cocaine, but I fully support anyone who wants to fucking party and get involved into some booger sugar. I ain't got no beef with no booger sugar. I used to go out, and I've never done it in my life, but I had friends that were raging cocaine users. I had my one friend who I used to go out with all the time in Florida, and yeah, he used to get into it. That weird buzzing. Yeah, I think that weird buzzing is just when I use my phone. I'm on my computer this time. So there might be weird buzzing on my other live, but I don't know why it does that. The weird buzzing is the fan on my computer, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I never thought I would get my grandma watching UFC, getting into it. She's always watching the fights, thinks it's great. I bet there's a small percentage of senior women who like UFC. I hope there is. That would be amazing if that's the way the world is going right now, that there's old grandmas into UFC. I hope so. For the sake of humanity, I hope that that's going on in the world, that there's some nice old women, some nice grandmas watching the UFC. There's definitely some grandpas out there that love them a good scrap. My girlfriend, WWE was in Philly last night. My girlfriend said that if I don't get off my computer, she's going to slam my head into the keyboard, but I don't give a... Did you slam your head into the keyboard? Yeah. Tell that bitch to pipe down. You're watching the fights. You're watching Stan the Man's live stream and color commentary. Tell her to back the fuck off. Tell her to go watch Addison Rae or something. Or go watch She's All That or He's All That or some rom-com. But yeah, so Petrosian is a lot bigger. He's got like, he's got 4 inches, 5 inches on Bruno Ferreira. But Bruno Ferreira's got a longer reach. And we've seen Petrosian fancies himself a striker, so he's definitely going to strike with Bruno Ferreira. I don't see him going for a takedown. Yeah, the sport's evolving, but it's here. I was saying this the other night. It's here now. It's not going here, like shooting up like the way we need it to, because we don't have Conor McGregor. We need another Conor McGregor. I think Pereira could do it a little bit. YouTube just sent me a message saying that we're buffering. Are we in fact buffering? Don't know why we'd be buffering. Is my stream lagging a little bit? Yeah, she probably does love you. You ever see that meme when I show my friend a UFC fight? Yeah. It's always a bad position. Yeah, that's so true. Is that whenever you get people... I remember one time, too. Yeah, I forget what UFC it was, but I got them all to, like, watch UFC, and it was, like, all decisions and boring fights. Then when you watch it alone, it's fucking UFC 189. Man, Petrosian looks so much bigger than Bruno Ferreira here. Very significant size difference. UFC will never die. We thought Pride would never die too, though, and look what happened there. Nah, Ian Gary's not the next Conor. We don't have the next Conor, unfortunately. We are buffering. Yeah, let me try to adjust this. Yeah, it sent me a message. I don't know why it's doing that, but let me see. Oh, shit. Ferreira just rocked Petrosian with a big left hook. Huge left hook. Nice low blow there from Petrosian.